So here's our old boiler. This is what came with the house. It's original to the house, as is the kitchen and everything else, which is all work in progress. It's an old oil boiler. It's just a system boiler, which means it heats the hot water, and it will use diverter valves to either go to the hot water cylinder upstairs or to the radiators. And it's on a two-zone system for the radiators, so upstairs and downstairs I've got separate thermostats. As you can see, it's had better days. It takes up a fair bit of space in the utility room. It smells of gas when it's windy and the wind's blowing this way from outside. So as you can see, it's end of life. It's had better days. It's an old oil boiler. It's not even condensing. And when it's windy, the wind blows straight over and comes through the vent at the back, the flue at the back, and you can smell the oil, and it's not a great smell. So it's, we want to put a new kitchen and utility room in anyway, and so it's in the way, and we want it to go. So as this is a rural property, it means we've got to have an external oil tank, and as you can see, it's quite big, takes a lot of space up in the garden. It's just under 3,000 litres, so it would be a nice idea to be able to get rid of this as well and reutilise the space. As with many other houses of the same age, we've got a hot water cylinder, which I think is 116 litres, something like that. It's actually a reasonably new cylinder for its age. I think it was installed around about mid 2000s. There, let's have a look. 2009. This one was installed. All the cabling and everything. Ignore the mess. It's work in progress. We've got a booster pump for the shower, which we've disconnected because we just put a new shower in. But as you can see, this is a gravity fed system, so all the pipe work comes up from the boiler through a zone valve there, and runs up and back from the loft, where there's a feed tank and an expansion tank for the central heating and the hot water. So obviously this is just your typical mid-80s system. So here we are, it's up in the loft. We do actually have a light up here, but it doesn't make much difference, so I have brought my light with us. Right, as you can see, we've got a lovely big space up here. There's the chimney breast in the middle, which continues back past there, and then over there, so where we have the cold water tank for the hot water system, which is this big one here at the front. As you can see, it's quite a fair size. It's what could be probably about 50 gallons of that. Oops, sorry, can't get a decent picture of how big it is. Just go quite far back. And on the other side, you have to go underneath. Easier said than not. And there comes, that's the cold water feed tank there for the boiler itself. As you can see, that's just a little one. So that one feeds the heating system with the expansion loop there, and then the other one is the cold water tank for the hot water, again with an expansion, and all your associated bits and pieces of pipework disappearing off to the bathrooms and downstairs and so forth. So we had looked into buying some different oil boilers. We quite like the look of the Sapphire boiler, which is the only one that you can get that fully modulates. There's also Nivian boilers, which are like a high and a low boiler, but this is the closest you'll get to a good quality gas combi or gas system boiler. The only problem with these is they're about £5,500 installed, so it did sort of rule it out on the cost grounds, because we still have the issue with the hot water, and being a gravity fed system, we'd still need to spend another £2,000 or so on changing to a cylinder. So we didn't have a great deal of choice. We were going to be looking at spending £3,000 to £5,000 on a new boiler. That's the price is installed. And then if we wanted better quality hot water, we would either have to spend more on another cylinder or a combi, which isn't really suited for the size of our property anyway, because it's quite a large property, over 220 square metres. So realistically, it only really left us with looking at heat pumps, because at least you got the heat pump cylinder and everything in the price, and with the £7,500 upgraded discount that they were giving us, We thought, well, that probably makes more sense, even though we're still spending around about £5,000 or £6,000 on a new system. So let me know in the comments what you would have done in this situation, or what you have indeed done if you're in a similar situation where you live in a rural property and had an oil boiler that was end of life. Please let me know and subscribe and hit that bell notification for future updates, because there is going to be more of these videos coming along very shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.